moving on to umbrella liability, which I think is one of the most overlooked insurances. What are your experiences? What can you tell us? How much coverage you have, and any misperceptions on that front?
Matheson, do you want to start, and then I can chime in?
Sure, yeah. I mean, first, I think it's important to acknowledge, what the need is and when it might apply. So in the high net worth space, I've seen you're probably going to be hosting parties or functions or gatherings at home. You're going to have a larger exposure because there are more people that are going to be on your property. You could be serving on a board, so you're going to need to address that exposure there. You could have a rental portfolio, so that you're going to have that exposure with tenants. Could have a swimming pool that's going to cause a need for an umbrella right there because those could be catastrophic losses. And typically, I think a $5 million umbrella isn't out of the question. Typically, in my experience, that's where I'm advocating clients should be. I think the word that's being thrown around now is social inflation. So I think people are giving higher judgments are being given because, generally speaking, people feel worse about. I guess they feel that they want to be more generous with paying out in the event of a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is a trend. That's a very good point.
Yeah, so that social inflation, it's really playing a part on the personal and the commercial side as well. So it's important to acknowledge the events that are happening and the events that everybody's reading about in the newspaper because it weighs in on people's minds during these lawsuits. And another thing I wanted to acknowledge is I live down in Stanford, and it seems like almost every week I'm reading about a party in New Canaan or somewhere in Fairfield County where there's underage drinking, and that's just a huge exposure on the umbrella side, and that's most likely where an umbrella is going to kick in if there's a huge lawsuit. So that's where I see the importance in an umbrella.